Hey there, my name is Kat Bijard, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about being open with your support circles about how you're feeling. Here we see a student looking down at her books or her work, and her eyebrows are kind of furrowed, coming together, and it makes her look like she's stressed or worried about something. So before COVID-19, a lot of us may get together with our friends and family and talk openly about how we're feeling and how we're doing. Here we see some students sitting together at a table, working together on an assignment, smiling, having a good time. But now, because of the coronavirus, we might have a harder time sharing how we feel and figuring out who to share our feelings with. So here we see some students in class, one to each desk, wearing some face masks so their noses and mouths are covered, and they're 6 feet apart, being socially distant. Because of that, it may be a lot harder to check in with our family or hear what they're saying, or even know what they're feeling because their faces might be covered. And then some of the time we might be taking classes online or not even in our class. We might be on our laptops and remote. So here we see a student on her laptop with headphones on her ears, looking down, taking some notes. So it may be a lot harder to know who to connect with and know who to talk to when we're all online, and you may not see as many people each day. So first, it's good to know who is in your support circle. I'm using the word support circle to mean anybody that you feel like you can trust or connect with and share about your personal thoughts and feelings. You might also hear people say your network or your social supports, or people might use different words to talk about their support circle, but you get to decide who is in that support circle. It could be friends. Those friends could be here at UNCG, or they might be somewhere else farther away. Family members, it could be your immediate family, like the people who live in your house with you, or it could be extended family, like grandparents or aunts and uncles, or other people that are relatives to you. It could be a role model, so someone that you just look up to and has really made a difference in your life. It could be teachers or professors. These people could be current, or they could be in the past when you used to have them. But again, maybe just someone that taught you and had a relationship with you in that way. Or it could be an advisor or someone who gives you guidance. Those can be school people, advisors, someone you might know at school who gives you advice on what classes to take or what to do in a situation. Or it could be like a religious advisor, like somebody at your church who has given you guidance about what to do. You get to decide who's in your support circle. Here we have a group of friends who are in a big group hug, probably before the coronavirus was around. Here we have a picture of a young student and her family, and they're all together. It looks like her family is some of her big support network. For you, it might include your family, and it might include different people. It's just good to have a support circle of people you trust. So the first thing to do is make a plan. Before you ever even arrive on campus, it's good to be thinking about who's in that support circle, and then how you want to talk to them and when you want to talk to them. So here we have a student writing in a journal, writing on some sticky notes, and maybe making a plan about what they are going to do. For you, you might like to write down your plan. You might want to type up your plan. You might even want to text your plan to somebody. Whatever makes the most sense for you. It's important to include your support circle in your plan. So maybe talking with them about what you guys prefer. Maybe you prefer to text or call your support circle, your family or friends or whoever. Many people have nice cell phones and new laptops, or maybe even just used laptops that they're using for school. Either way, it really depends on what works for you and your support circle. Many people like to text multiple times throughout the day. Other folks like to call at the end of the day, or maybe even just once a week. I know for me, I call some of my support circle every day, and others I just call once a week. And so it may depend on the person and what their schedule is like. Other folks might use video apps like Skype or FaceTime, where they can physically see the person's face, and it feels a little bit more like that person's there with you. Here we have a student texting on their cell phone, and then this student over here in the background is receiving a text and is smiling down at her phone. So how do I know what I'm feeling? Here we have a student looking at some textbooks with her hand clasped to her face, looking really stressed, looking down at those textbooks. Maybe she's stressed about her schoolwork. It's really important to know and try to figure out how to know how you're feeling. And it's important to be thinking about that before you have some really deep or intense feelings. So it's best to be sort of in a clear, calm state of mind before, so that you can make a plan about what you want to do. I think it's best to sign off of your technology and check in with your body. So while technology is a wonderful thing that helps us in a lot of different ways, whether it's with our schoolwork or connecting with friends or just relaxing by watching TV or playing video games, it's important to be able to step away from our technology for just a little bit to be able to think about how our bodies are feeling. So here we have a student, he's working at his laptop, but his gaze, his eyes are looking off into the distance, and maybe he's going to try to step away from that laptop for a minute. So our bodies actually give us clues about how we're feeling. Maybe we might have some pain, like a headache, and that might be telling us a little bit about how we're feeling and how we're doing. Or we might be feeling really energized, and we have all this energy in ourselves that make us feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing really well, actually. For some people, it helps to step away from technology and then do something physical, like go on a walk, maybe even find a friend and go on a walk with a friend so that you can go and talk. However, some other people might just like to go on a walk by themselves, and that's totally fine. But sometimes moving in your body can help you get in touch with the way that your body's feeling. Here we see two students walking on a college campus together. Of course, now with COVID-19, just make sure that you're either wearing your face covering or you're standing 6 feet apart. So there are many ways to be thinking about the way that you're feeling, and you may decide that you might need more than just talking with your support circle. It may look like for you that you want to draw or journal about the way that you're feeling, so that maybe when you do go talk to your support circle, you can talk a little bit about what's been happening and remind yourself about some of those feelings, so that even when you're talking with that support person, even if you're feeling good right then, you can look back at your journal and say, you know, I was feeling really stressed or maybe even sad about something earlier this week, and I want to tell you about that. In the top left corner, we see a journal that someone has put pictures in, as well as they've written some things about their day. In the bottom right, we see the Gove Health Services here at UNCG. So another thing to know is that your support circle is there for you, but there are even supports here at UNCG that are here and ready to listen and connect you to things that you might need if you're feeling really sad or stressed out or angry even. There are a lot of things on campus that you could maybe include in your support circle the next time you're thinking about ways to share how you're feeling. Include the health services in your support network so that you can have another way to share about how you're feeling. So this is just a short video about how to think about your support network and your support circle and sharing how you're feeling. There may be other ways that you like to share, and so it's good to be thinking about this before you arrive on campus.